Okay, we are live, folks. I want to talk about movies. Okay, specifically, why if you start noticing this one thing, it'll ruin movies for you, and shows and stories. I, of course, am talking about exposition. Hi there. If you're noticing me from my last video, God, I think it's at 1,000 views right now, which is kind of neat. But yeah, just so you know, this channel is just all about movies and characters and stories, and analyzing it and seeing what we can learn from it, and how we can make our lives better. So if you're into that sort of thing, subscribe. If you're not, hopefully I can convince you to be into that sort of thing. I think that'd be really cool. So, yeah, okay, bye. Oh, what's that? You don't know what exposition is? Well, it's basically just explaining something in storytelling. For example, Johnny, you're not that guy. Okay, you're the type of guy who helps old ladies across the street and who tips 25% at restaurants. I mean, why would you kill those people? All the while you're thinking, okay, without showing us anything even closely related to that. I've actually used this example before about exposition, but Captain Marvel has an excellent scene. It's just an exposition dump. They just tell you exactly what Carol Danvers is like without you seeing anything like that.
You don't remember anything?
I see flashes. If I could just piece together what happened that morning.
You woke me up banging on my door at dawn. Your usual move. Back then we had to get up so early. You wanted to race to base. When I got to the hangar, Lawson was agitated. She said she had lives to save. She was trying to take the aces up herself, but you said
if there were lives at stake, I would fly the plane.
Yeah. Yep. Big hero moment.
Now, why should you care? Because you're not stupid, that's why. So despite what other people may call you, or what doctors may call you, or what even you yourself might call you, you're not stupid. You can figure stuff out on your own. We love figuring stuff out on our own. Okay, when we're kids, and children today even, ask why all the time. Why is that? It's because they want to figure stuff out. And the same is true for storytelling. So I'll give you a couple examples of just how you would tell a story in just a normal setting, and you tell me which one you prefer.
Oh, Cheryl, you would not believe what happened to me at the office today. Okay, I saw Greg and Mr. CEO talking, okay? And Greg, after the conversation, Greg got so mad. He got so mad. And he got up, and I ain't never seen nobody angrier than that. He was mad. He was so mad.
Versus,
Cheryl, you will not believe what happened to me at the office today. All right, there I was sitting there, right? I was minding my own business. You know how I am, right? And then I see Greg and Mr. CEO talking, right? After CEO leaves, you see Greg just looking at his desk for 2 minutes without blinking, all right? He looks at it. Next thing you know, he gets up and he starts pounding on his desk. He starts throwing stuff around. And man, he's redder than I ever seen. Man, he's the reddest man I ever did see. Man, I tell you what, man, I tell you what. And then next thing you know, he storms out of there, right? And he hits Mark's desk on the way out too. I mean, what's up with that? It was insane. You had to been there, but it was insane. It was absolutely insane.
now which story did you enjoy more? I'm willing to bet that it was the latter, because you didn't have to be told that he was mad, right? Him getting up, pounding the desk, walking away, hitting someone else's desk, being red, all that stuff are details and descriptions and emotions and things that come from someone who is mad, right? So you can figure that stuff out. You can be like, man, Greg was mad. Now, if there's too much of that first way of storytelling in a movie or show, it's because the writers think you're stupid. They don't expect you to figure it out, right? They don't expect you to know what's going on based off of the stuff that they show you, right? They have to tell you. But here's where it gets tricky though, because is there good exposition? Yeah, there is actually. Think about Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. The scene where Batman is talking to Two-Face, not Two-Face yet, but Harvey Dent. Spoilers, sorry. And he's telling him about how he couldn't do this thing because he's the face of the city and all this stuff, right? That's something that's a very natural conversation for those two people to have. It makes sense for them to have that conversation. And it's not totally out of the blue. It's like it's something that would happen. It's like a natural conversation. So good exposition has to be a reflection of a natural conversation that would have happened. So then it kind of acts as though we are just watching the story happen rather than a story being told to us. You know what I mean? So a particularly bad example of exposition is a Julia Roberts movie that's on Netflix. Big shocker there, huh? Yeah, I don't even remember what the movie is called, but I'm just gonna throw a clip up right now so you guys can just kind of watch it yourself, and you tell me if it's good or bad exposition. Well, I guess I just told you. Okay.
Amanda? What are you doing?
Well, I couldn't sleep, and it has been such a hellish year for us, as you know. And I just seem to be working every day without even realizing it. And you are just constantly anxious about your job because of all the budget cuts. So I went online this morning and I rented us a beautiful house out by the beach.
Also, actually, funny enough, another Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet, is another bad example of exposition. Yeah, that whole movie is just exposition. All of it actually is just exposition. You're just being told stuff all the time. Same with Oppenheimer, actually. Hot take. Oppenheimer was bad. I didn't like it. I thought it was not a great movie. Actually, in my theater, there were multiple people who fell asleep. Like, not all people, like people who were with it, right? Falling asleep in just my row. Yeah, it's awful. I didn't like that movie at all. I thought it was so bad. Now, a great example in storytelling is actually a TV show called Primal. So Primal is a story about a guy and a dinosaur, which I know sounds like silly, but the storytelling is incredible because there's no words, right? Because the caveman can't speak, and the dinosaur also can't speak. So you're just watching this story happen and these interactions happen without words, and it is so good. Anyway, that's kind of the bare bones of it all. The unfortunate part is now that you know what exposition is and where to look out for it, you can't see a movie the same way ever again, or a show. You know, you won't be able to, actually. You'll notice it everywhere, and it'll start to annoy you, and it'll start to like rub at you, and you're not gonna like that the writers think that you're stupid. You're not gonna like it. Anyway, that's all I got. Bye.